Today we're talking about something really key for your business, payment optimization. It's, moving beyond just seeing payments as a cost. It's about strategy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's unpack what it actually means and, well, where you might start.
Absolutely. For too long, payments were just seen as, this thing you had to do, a cost center.
Right.
But the truth is, how you handle payments now, it can be a huge lever for growth.
Okay, so let's define it then. Payment optimization. What is it, really, at its core?
Okay, so think of it like taking a hard look at your whole payment setup.
The whole thing.
Yeah, your strategy, the technology you're using, even the processing logic behind the scenes. The goals are usually, cut costs, yes, but also boost successful payments.
Authorization rates, yeah.
Exactly, authorization rates. And minimize fraud, obviously, and just make the whole thing smoother for your customer, a better experience.
So it's much bigger than just trying to get a slightly lower processing fee from your provider.
Oh, definitely. Way beyond that. I mean, cost is part of it, sure. But optimization could be something fairly simple, like changing the order of payment methods on your checkout page.
Okay.
Or it could be a major upgrade, like using dynamic routing, which is kind of like GPS for your transactions, finding the best path.
Finding the best path, I like that.
Yeah, it's all about matching your payment setup to what your business is trying to achieve.
Got it. So if you're listening and thinking, okay, where do I even start looking? What are the main areas?
Well, we usually break it down into 4 key areas. First up is optimizing for conversion.
Conversion, making sure people actually complete the purchase.
Exactly. And there's sort of an art and a science to this one.
Okay.
The art is that smooth, on-brand checkout feel. Easy to use, looks trustworthy, works on mobile.
Makes sense. The basics, but crucial.
Right. And the science is really digging into what your customers prefer. And that varies a lot by location. In Hong Kong, you need HKD, you need mobile wallets. But say in the Netherlands, it's all about ideal and euros.
And these preferences aren't static, right? They change.
Constantly. So your checkout needs to be able to adapt to.
Okay, that's conversion. What's area number 2?
Number 2 is optimizing for authentication. This is all about security.
Right. Strong customer authentication and 3D secure.
Exactly. You need that security.
Yeah.
But the challenge is add too much friction, too many steps.
And people just give up. Ban carts.
Precisely. It's a real balancing act. Security versus seamlessness.
So how do you optimize that balance?
Well, you look for ways to use SCA exemptions smartly, when it's allowed, when it makes sense, and you use the newer versions of 3D Secure, like 3DS 2.0.
The one that uses more data points behind the scenes.
Exactly. It can often authenticate the customer without them even noticing, much less friction.
Okay, conversion, authentication. Got it. What's the third area?
Third is optimizing for authorization. This is crucial. Just because someone clicks pay
doesn't mean the money actually goes through.
Right. So many things can go wrong. Your payment processor might have a temporary glitch. The customer's bank might decline it. Maybe they suspect fraud.
Or just an expired card. Happens all the time.
Yep. Simple things like that. So you need to optimize for when things don't go perfectly.
How do you do that? Build in redundancies.
Pretty much. Smart contingency planning. Like having a backup processor ready if your main one has an issue.
Okay.
Or if a bank declines a payment because it looks iffy, maybe automatically retry it, but prompt for 3D secure that time.
Giving it a second chance with more security.
Exactly. And for those expired cards, especially with subscriptions or recurring payments, using network tokens is huge.
Network tokens to replace the actual card number, right?
Yeah, with a secure alias that doesn't expire when the physical card does. Cuts down declines massively.
That sounds really valuable. Okay, in the last area, the fourth one.
And finally, number 4, optimizing for cost. This is often the first thing people think of.
Negotiating rates, yeah.
Negotiating rates, hitting volume targets for discounts, definitely, but also reducing fraud and chargebacks, because those cost money, and streamlining your internal processes.
But like we said at the start, it's not just about saving money.
No, absolutely not. The really strategic view is that optimizing payments actually helps you make more money. Better conversion, happier customers who stick around. It drives growth.
So if this is all so beneficial, what stops companies? What are the big hurdles?
Usually comes down to 2 main things. First, data. Getting a clear, consistent picture of what's happening across maybe multiple payment providers.
Yeah, messy data, different formats.
Exactly. Without good data, how do you know where the problems are? Second is technical debt and just resources.
Legacy systems, not enough developers or time to make changes.
Yep. Implementing and testing these optimizations takes effort, and sometimes the internal systems just aren't flexible enough.
Okay, so just to wrap up, we've looked at shifting how you think about payments, not just a cost, but a strategic tool, focusing on those four areas: conversion, authentication, authorization, and costs.
Right. And maybe a final thought for everyone listening, just take a look at your payment data this week. Where are the obvious friction points? What's one small test, one small change you could try to improve just one of those areas?
Great challenge to end on. Thanks for breaking that down.